Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. So today's sketch is going to be this Operation Right Home. And if it's your first time coming to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button and then the notification bell. This will alert you whenever I upload new content. Okay, so you can stop here, get the measurements like I always say, and join me at the table. But before we get really diving into this, you guys, when I tell you quick and easy, mass producible projects, this would be one of them. You could just get you some pretty 12 by 12 paper, cut out a bunch of pieces of each of the patterns that you're going to see, and just mass produce and create wonderful like card packages. So sorry about that. I had to put on some lotion real quick because my hands were dry. Okay, so we got our A2 size card, and then we're going to start layering the pieces. Our base paper is 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to attach it to our mat, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, which gives us a nice small border around the pattern paper. And then also for the base card, which is 4.5 by 4 1/4 by 5.5. I was flipping numbers. Okay, so we put the tape down. We're using the wet glue. Trust me, you don't have to use a lot of wet glue, but just use some if you just need a little bit of wiggle room time to be able to move things around and, not mess up the card base or your pattern paper. Okay, so this one had a little bit of a rough edge, so I just decided to go around all four. And we're going to go ahead and put this one down first and then the pattern paper. And you could do things like add glitter paper there and then put your pattern paper on top. You could do a lot of different things with something that seems such a simple sketch, but it has good impact. And of course, you could always ink your edges again. I think on this one, I did not ink the edges, but just that little bit of gray and black just gives it enough for this part of the pattern paper to kind of stand out. Now, I decided for the sentiment that we were going to do a round circle. And I could have put it down on the bottom right hand side, just like where you see the heart, because that's where I was thinking, like instead of the heart, I would put it as some place to put a sentiment. Well, on the one version I'll show you once we're done with this one, I want to say I put the circle in the upper left hand side, whereas this one I believe we do put on the bottom right. I wanted to show you the different options. Just because they have the heart down at the bottom right, if it fits better for the paper that you're using, that it goes up to the left where there's more open space, then do it. You're not limited to it. All sketches are a jumping off point. You can be as literal as you can, or you can take inspiration from. You know what I mean? And it works either way. So right now, I tested my Nuvo drops because it's been a minute since I used it, which is what our scrap paper is off to the side. And then I put 3 dots down. I'm going to tap it so that way it spreads out a little bit flatter. And there you have the card. Super, super simple. Now, I'm going to grab the other card and we're going to put the dots on this one. So you can see that one circle's down on the bottom right, the other one's up at the top left. And since it's up at the top left, I'm just going to put 3 of the Nuvo drops on this bottom right hand corner. And we're going to have a little boo-boo, which will be coming up shortly, because I'm sure you guys, we all think about it like, oh, don't forget that it's wet. Did you see that? Yeah, I just slid my card right up into the Nuvo drops that I had just put down. So I wipe it up a little bit, But I'm going to keep it in, and I'm going to keep the card because you know what? Sometimes stuff happens. You can see the close-ups of it here. Now, one thing that I did think about doing to fix this is doing black splatters over the front of the card, which if I ever go to use it, I may do to just kind of finish it out and, you know, give it some texture. So once again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please hit that subscribe button. Leave comments down below. I'm loving all the comments, and I can't wait for you guys to see the next video. Have a great weekend.